I'm here with the Congresswoman. I was wondering how much money it would take to buy you back from Big Oil.
From Big Oil?
Yeah.
Oh, you look at how dishonest that was. You asked if you could take a selfie, and now you're asking questions. And tell me, what do you think that Big Oil? Talk to me about that.
I think that the climate crisis is here and getting worse, and you're being funded by the people who are making that happen.
Listen, we've got to be not only energy independent, but energy dominant. We do it better than anybody.
With a permanent smile, even on the elevator, that was Republican Senator Britt of Alabama. Did you catch how Britt reached out and put her hand on the shoulder of the protester? Take another look. This is a condescending power move. No politician wants to be touched by a protester, so the politicians should not do it either. But Britt leverages the power imbalance she has over the concerned citizen and gets away with the touching. It is rude, obnoxious, and corrupt. And corruption was the protesters' point, given Britt's campaign cash from the oil and gas industry. The Sunrise Movement, which has been highlighting big money influence, has also confronted Democrats. Watch the response from Pennsylvania Democratic Senator Federman of Pennsylvania, especially his lack of eye contact after just a few seconds.
Oh, I didn't expect this.
No?
No, I didn't. Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm from Chester County in Pennsylvania, and I am really concerned about the way that pipelines are being built in our communities and on our, in our backyards, threatening our lives, our water. And in 2018, you actually joined us for a protest when you were running for lieutenant governor of the pipeline running through Chester County through my community. And you, why the change of heart? Why aren't you standing with people of Pennsylvania right now?
Well, I would be more...
I get that Senator Fetterman did not want to be bothered, but the respectful way to communicate that would have been to look the protester in the eye and say, I'm not going to answer your question. By contrast, gazing away, grabbing your chin, rolling your eyes and saying, well, that is condescending. Senator Fetterman did not touch the Sunrise Movement protester, and given the physical imbalance, such touching would have been horrific. Still, politicians should be better than the passive-aggressive dismissiveness that now seems to run rampant. Facing down adversarial citizens, or lawmakers in the other party, or the media, well, that's part of the job. And if a politician cannot handle adversarial interactions with dignity in the halls of Congress, maybe the lawmakers should find another line of work. And by the way, the issue of oil and gas influence over politicians is significant. Over the past few years, there's been virtually no congressional oversight amidst obvious oil and gas industry price gouging.
Gas is driven by the global market. Why is the price of oil coming down, but the price at the pump is still near record highs? If it's an issue of supply and demand, wouldn't that be reflected in the global price of oil as well? Something just doesn't add up.
That's right. Thanks to lingering high gas prices, even though the price of oil has dropped, companies like Exxon are seeing record high profits and making a killing through stock buybacks. And most lawmakers in Congress keep looking the other way and are dismissive physically and verbally when confronted by concerned citizens. In January of 1961, the 35th President of the United States, Dwight Eisenhower, gave a final speech before leaving office. President Eisenhower warned about the growing and unchecked political influence of an industry that was often at odds with the priorities and needs of most U.S. citizens.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. We should take nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizenry can compel the proper meshing of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals, so that security and liberty may prosper together.
Security and liberty can only prosper together, said Eisenhower, if our democratic processes are not corrupted by unwarranted influence. The military-industrial complex has arguably had that influence. The oil and gas industry has clearly had such influence as well. We are facing an unprecedented climate crisis, but our government's ability to tackle it or willingness to tackle it has been blocked by politicians in both parties who are in the back pockets of the oil and gas industry. And instead of lawmakers being honest about the clout and admitting the power of campaign cash, the lawmakers treat concerned citizens with dismissiveness and condescension. The corruption is awful enough. The disgusting physical and verbal gestures make it all even worse. By the way, the next president the oil and gas industry wants, Donald Trump, is starting to get attacked by Democrats and anti-Trump Republicans over the Jeffrey Epstein investigation.
We hear a lot from our constituents on different issues, but something I've heard that doesn't seem to be being covered are the Epstein files.
On Capitol Hill, Democrat Ted Lieu went there, highlighting previously secret grand jury evidence connecting Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein.
These files were released, and Donald Trump's sort of all over this, right? There are pictures of him with Jeffrey Epstein. He's taken multiple plane flights with Epstein, with young girls on board. He is on call logs with Epstein. One of the highest trending hashtags on Twitter right now is about Trump and Epstein. I'm not going to repeat the hashtag because we're in a dignified setting.
The hashtag is Trump pedophiles. Check out that video at the link below. I'm David Schuster. Thanks for joining us.